What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about a pair of Transformers cards. You see, we have had a pair of Transformers cards that have been revealed, and they are very much a pair. So they are the kind of cards that we really need to look at as a pair. And we're going to start off with a card that was revealed by the lovely Francis Capra, who's in a bunch of good films and such, which is rather nice. And he was nice enough to go and reveal an action card, Energon Mace. Energon Mace, it looks really good. So what we've got here is very much a Decepticon card. It's an upgrade weapon with a blue icon that gives you +2 attack, which is quite nice, but then again, if you're going full aggressive, we want the extra attack and an orange icon, but then again, we see this in the game quite a lot. They don't want to give us uber attacking cards all that often, so there's a little bit of a mix. Yes, you get the +2 attack, but you got to put up with a blue icon. And it reads, while the upgraded character is attacking an Autobot, the upgraded character has +1 attack. While the upgraded character is attacking an Autobot leader, the upgraded character has Pierce 3. Remember, Pierce says that you guarantee an amount of damage equal to your Pierce or your attack, whichever is lower. So when you're attacking an Autobot leader, you have +3 attack and Pierce 3. An upgrade with +3 attack and Pierce 3 is frankly dumb. I think it's fair to say. Like, proper job, over the top, dumb. You see, probably the most aggressive, the best kind of big smashy upgrade we've ever actually had was Grenade Launcher. Grenade Launcher gave you a +4 attack, but it was deemed so good that it actually fell off at the end of your turn. Or when you attacked, not the end of your turn, it fell off when you attacked. Okay, yeah, that's really quite good. So all of a sudden, we're getting +3 attack, which, I mean, we've seen +3 attack, but we see +3 attack on cards like Static Laser of Ironhide, which makes you take 2 damage when you attack and you're not Ironhide. +3 attack is great. Pierce 3, it's Piercing Blaster. It's literally an action card. +3 attack and Pierce 3 on the same upgrade is dumb. But in a really fun way. A really fun, making it more good, more exciting, more powerful. My point here is, this is a phenomenal card when you're attacking an Autobot leader. Yeah, there's a giant downside / caveat here, and that is that when you're attacking a Decepticon, it's just +2 attack, which isn't particularly good. We can get +2 attack using something like a Primary Laser, which is about as generic as you get. Blank card, +2 attack, blue pip. So it's only good if you're actually activating the other parts of this card. The thing is, if we head over to the lovely fortressmaximus.io, brilliant website for doing research on winning decks, definitely should be checking that out, we can see that actually Autobot leaders are just crushing at the moment. The Energon Invitational was won by Galaxy Prime. The Pro Play Tour in Las Vegas was won by General Optimus Prime. And the Pro Play Tour in Orlando was won by Galaxy Prime. The top 2 decks of the Energon Invitational were both of the Optimus Prime. Oh. Now, to be fair, Shockwave is also seeing a fair bit of play. It won the Pro Play Tours in Dallas and Columbus. Shockwave's still a very good deck. But let's make no mistake about this, Optimus Prime is just ruling the format at the moment. Well, good news. This hits Optimus Prime. This will get Optimus Prime beautifully. And let's just say, keep Shockwave in mind for a moment. Might be coming up a bit later. Major Shockwave, maybe we mention that when we have a look at the next card. Let's not ruin anything though, eh? It's a metagame call. It is absolutely a metagame call. And there are a bunch of others. Bumblebee tends to be the Wave 1 Legendary Warrior. That was a leader. The Trusted Lieutenant, the Wave 2 Bumblebee, my personal favourite of the Bumblebees. That was an Autobot leader. One of the most relevant ones is actually Jetfire. Jetfire is one of those cards that I've apologized for in the past, which I just didn't think was going to be a particularly good card. And then it started being ridiculously good. So, you know, you get Jetfire. Captain Omega Supreme's not actually proven to be a particularly good character yet, but I live in hope. That's an Autobot leader. And, come on, I am definitely not going to give up my opportunity to shout out Grimlock. Love Grimlock. Of course, before Waves 3 and 4 Optimus Prime started taking over the format, Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend from Wave 1 was taking over the format. Yeah, it's an Autobot leader. And then we could mention Major Ultra Magnus. That's an Autobot leader. Not proven to be a real powerhouse yet, but a lot of people like it and want to make it work. And we should add that Springer, the Triple Changer Springer, also a card that sees a lot of play and is an Autobot leader. I've just given you quite a list, and I've left out a bunch. I've not mentioned stuff like Captain Alita 1, well I have now, that I just don't think is terribly relevant in the meta at the moment. This is going to help you out a lot. And maybe it's more of a sideboarding card. Maybe it's a card that you whack in your sideboard because you don't actually know if you're going to need it. Because if you spend all day playing against Decepticons or you spend all day playing against Autobots that aren't leaders, this is not going to be a useful card at all. But there's so many Autobot leaders that see play, you've got to at least consider it here. Now, I do have to apologise here, because I am not entirely sure who spoiled Trillium Shield. I've not got it written down. I've had a quick look in the Facebook group. I've not been able to find it. If anybody would be kind enough to tell me who was the revealer of this card, I will pop a link in the description. I got the image off of the Transformers Facebook. It's just up there. But if anybody can find who actually revealed it, please let me know, and I will pop it in the description, pin a link, something appropriate there. Because I've said it before and I'll say it many, many times, I think it's very important to give a little bit of love out to the people who are doing these reveals, so that we get more community reveals, and because these are people that love the game and are pushing it. So I apologise, I don't know who revealed it. If you do, please pop it in the comment section. But Trillium Shield, it's the opposite in almost every way imaginable. It's an armor, not a weapon. It gives you an orange icon, not a blue. It gives you +1 defense rather than +2 attack. But remember, the attack bonuses are generally higher than defense bonuses. This is deliberate to stop boring long defensive games. And when you're defending against a Decepticon, you get +1 defense. And when you're defending against a Decepticon leader, you reduce their pierce by a total of 3. And straight off the bat, this looks like a pretty obvious counter to Wave 1 Rare Megatron. And hey, it made it into the Energon edition. Maybe people are going to start playing it. But Megatron Decepticon leader with PS3. Seems fairly obvious. Now, I don't like Trillium Shield anywhere near as much as I love Energon Mace, I'll be honest with you. It's not that there aren't Decepticon leaders running around, there absolutely are. It's more just I'm not entirely sure how many of them are really relying on Pierce. To put it into context, I've gone over to fortressmaximus.io. I have looked at the winning decks from ACC 2019, the Pro Play Tour in Dallas and the Pro Play Tour in Columbus. All 3 decent-sized Transformers tournaments, all 3 won by Shockwave. Between them, they played a total of 0 black icons. But they did play some piercing cards. All of them played The Bigger They Are, which is quite a nice card to go and get yourself a little bit of pierce. It's designed for slightly smaller characters, so your backup characters here. But if you're attacking an enemy that's got more stars, it gets Pierce 4. Which sounds really good, except Shockwave is a 14-star character. So it's the support characters that are using The Bigger They Are, and the support characters aren't Decepticon leaders. We did see Laser Cutlass seeing a fair bit of play, but unfortunately Laser Cutlass only goes on characters that have 7 stars or fewer, so we're basically left with a little bit of Energon Axe. Actually, I revealed Laser Cutlass, I forgot about that was cool. So we basically got Energon Axe, which to be fair does use Pierce. So my point is here, even in the Shockwave decks, people are playing Pierce, but they're not playing Pierce that can be used by Shockwave, and you're only defending against Pierce from, well, the Decepticon leader, which in this case happens to be Shockwave. And that's my reservation with this card. Great against Megatron Decepticon leader, but no one's playing that. Great against Shockwave if they use Pierce, and they do play Pierce, but they generally play Shockwave and a couple of smaller characters, and they use Pierce for the smaller characters. You've still got +2 defense against the Decepticon, but can you honestly tell me there's nowhere better to get +2 defense? Now, as a quick side note, some cards which are Decepticon leaders, which I think might be either good now or good in the future. You've got Insecticon Scrapnel back from Wave 1. The Insecticon, really, the heart of all the great Insecticon decks, at least the orange ones we're familiar with. We've got Lord Megatron from Wave 4, which I know a lot of people have been playing around with quite a lot. So that's kind of good. Soundwave. Gotta love Soundwave. Even if you don't want to play with a card, not loving Soundwave as a character is just confusing to me. Soundwave's amazing. We could also take a little bit of a look at Decepticon Shockwave. That's Wave 1 Shockwave rather than Wave 3 Shockwave. It's not been a huge deck, but it's one of my favourite characters and one of the ones that I want to make use a little bit better. To be fair, Motormaster does turn up in a few decks here and there, but unfortunately it tends to be used for its skill that produces defense to cheeky damage, rather than actually as an attacker in and of its own right. It's not to say it won't be, just saying generally. And of course, King Starscream from Wave 2, not been good for a while, but there was a while where King Starscream was seen as one of the best cards in the format. My point is this. I'm not loving Trillium Shield. I mean, one of the most annoying things about this is that we actually do see a lot of play for the Airstrike Patrol. And one of the Airstrike Patrol is a Decepticon leader. It's Raider Visper. The only one of the Airstrike Patrol that doesn't see really any play whatsoever. Whenever anyone plays the Airstrike Patrol, they generally play the other 3. That's how annoying Trillium Shield gets. I love Energon Mace, mind you, though I do still maintain that Energon Mace may be more of a sideboard card, or at the very least a metagame call. I don't think it's the kind of card you blindly drop in every deck. So there we go, there's my thoughts on it, but I'd very much like to know your thoughts on it, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Transformers and Digimon and all kinds of games at the moment. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can, well, support the channel, get bonus pods, it's lots of fun. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.